Welcome back to Business Breakfast in Bedhead. I actually do these live calls on Instagram. I would love for you to come and hang out with me at them. So if you don't already follow me at Dawn Bradley, DAWNBRADLEY, should have made a song about that. Go follow me there because then you can take part in these live calls and can actually chat with me. But if you can't make them, no sweat. Now they're going to be here. So welcome to Business Breakfast in Bedhead. Buckle up, friend, and let's dive in. I overthink, I overshare, and I overanalyze. So come explore with me as I chat about business, life, and relationships, all through the lens of an anxious creative. And welcome to Business Breakfast in Bedhead. I'm going to chat with you guys this morning about how to make financial stability simple in your service-based business. I'm so excited because I'm going to be using my sales method with you guys today. If you were here yesterday, you heard me talk about this. I'm so excited. This is a brand new thing that I haven't shared ever before. So if you're tuning in on this live, boy, oh boy, are you lucky. I just realized it's the 4th of July. I'm Canadian, so we don't do 4th of July up here, but all you Americans that are going to join me today, I love that you are here with me. I'm so excited. So first things first, I want you guys to know that this is a safe space and a judgment-free zone. Before we get into stuff, I share usually from a very real, raw, honest, and vulnerable place, connecting life and business together because there are so many similarities. And so I want to let you know that I'm going to show up with a safe space and a judgment-free zone for you today. And I ask that you do the same. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you're willing to do that, because we're going to get into this sales method. But generally, I'm an ADHD girly. I go on tangents. I share personal stories that connect with this. And so I want to make sure that this is a safe space where we can show up real, raw, honest, and vulnerable together going through this sales method. So if you are wanting to create, yes, Kendra, I love it. If you want to create more revenue in your business, if you want to be able to serve your clients well, but you're scared because you don't want to come across as pushy or salesy, or you don't want to dupe people, or you don't want to take advantage of people, or you feel bad because this economy is bad, and hi Dawn, you know that people have a tight budget. If you ever have thought of any of these thoughts where you're like, I don't know if I should ask for my client this, or I'm worried that my client can't afford it, I want to share with you guys my sales method today because it is going to be a game changer for you in how you approach creating more revenue in your business without thinking that you're trying to take money from people. But before I get into it, those of you guys that are here live with me, I'm curious, what are some of the reasons why you avoid offering more services or offering more products or experiences or anything that could create more revenue or business? Why do you hesitate to offer these things to your clients? Is it fear of them feeling obligated? That's number 1, if you want to put the number in here, or if you have another one. Is it worrying that they'll think that you're trying to make money off of them? Hello, my favorite American. Yes, I know I was saying it's the 4th of July for you guys, so I'm pumped that any of you guys are here right now. You're worried that they're on a beauty budget? Because a lot of times we're thinking with an assumption, fear of losing them due to cost. Okay, these are good. I love that. Fear of beauty budget, fear of due to cost. What are the other reasons? Are you just feeling uncomfortable that they'll misunderstand your intentions? So I want to share with you guys I wrote this down and I feel like it, how to serve your clients while also generating more sales with integrity. Does that sound good? How to serve your clients well while making more sales while still in your integrity. If that sounds good to you, put a 1 in the chat and I'll get right into my sales method. Like I said, this is brand new. I just created this yesterday. I've got some really fun things coming down the line that I cannot wait to share with you guys. And yes, I love it. And I'm really excited for you guys to get, I'm stoked that you guys get to be the first ones to hear my sales method, and I want your feedback on it. I want you to tell me if it's something that you would actually do. So because if you were here yesterday, I did it. Yeah, so this is a mirror image, and so I have to write this backwards, and I'm like, did I do it right? And I did it. Awesome. So if you want to create more sales with integrity while serving your client's best interest, it's so hard to sell products these days with Sephora Ulta carrying every single pro product. They're like, I have Sephora points. I tell them, support a small business, Sephora doesn't care about you. Okay, I'm pinning this because I'm gonna come back to that. I have an amazing way that you can navigate that. Cool? Okay, so let's start off. Sales.
So if you want to create more revenue with integrity and serve your clients in their best interest, you need to start off by being selfless. You need to think of your clients first rather than your bottom line, which is hard when you're trying to create revenue, right? If you're in a panicked state about your money, if you're in a panicked state about I need to bring in more money, I need to pay my bills, if you're really focusing on the dollars, you're not going to be focusing on the client. And I know it seems counterintuitive, but when you think of how can I show up and serve people, how can I really help them, the sales will come in. And so first things first is being selfless. I was going to try to write all the words down, but I have to write them backwards because this is a mirror image. Yes, Stacy. Also, points to anybody who does engage in the comments. It is proven neurologically that when you engage in conversation, when you repeat back, when you leave a comment, your brain actually stores things a little bit more. I don't know the whole science of it. So shout out to Stacy for writing that in the comments. And also shout out to all of you guys that if you want to be able for this to stick and to stay ingrained in your brain and more likely to take action on it, because here's the thing, you're addicted to learning and allergic to implementing. You don't need to know more, you just need to start doing more. And my intention with all my education, my free education that I put out there, my program Rock Your Business, all these things, my intention is to get you to take action on what you know. Because I don't care what you know, I care what you do. So everyone that's committed to taking action and getting results, put a 1. LOL, hoping my ADHD will save this good stuff. I love it. Okay. So first is selfless. Then the next one is be appropriate. You don't want to offer something to somebody that isn't appropriate for what they need. It's not worth it to make a quick sale. You can make a quick sale, and there is so much out there that will teach you how to make a quick sale really quick. But I know that you are someone where integrity is really important, that serving your clients is really important. And so to make just a quick sale, to make a quick buck, doesn't sit right with you if it doesn't actually serve your client and it's not actually something they need. So be selfless and then offer appropriate things. And I've actually turned away sales. Clients have been like, should I get this? And I'm like, honestly, knowing your hair type, I'm speaking from this works for anybody in any service industry, but I'm speaking from a hairstylist perspective. Knowing your hair type, I don't believe that is the best thing for you, and you could buy it today, but I'm worried that you'd be unhappy. And for me, building trust with you is really important, right? And so I've not made the quick sale, but I built the trust and made more sales because of it, because then my client trusts me. Just for example, the whole I want to go to Sephora, absolutely, but sometimes, and I'm gonna address the pinned comment after this for you guys, because a lot of you guys are losing clients due to Sephora and Amazon and et cetera, et cetera. I'm gonna share with you a way that can honestly help your clients come back to you. But building that trust and operating out of integrity will be the game changer for you in the long run. It might not make the quick sale. So selfless, appropriate. Then I had to write down all of them here because I'm like, I can't write them backwards. Then you want to have a laid back approach. The more staunch and stiff and aggressive and pushy you are, the more it puts people on the defense, right? If you come at someone offensively or aggressively, defense. If you think of a soccer game, if someone's playing offense, the other team's playing defense, right? Or if you even start on the defense, someone's going to come aggressively. So you need to be laid back. You want to draw people in. Yes, Stacy, I freaking love that you're putting these each. So a laid back approach, a relaxed approach. The more anxious you are about I need to make this person want to buy this, the more they're going to feel that energy. People can feel energy whether they believe in energetics or not, right? We all experience gravity, whether you believe gravity exists or not. We all experience the feeling of gravity. When you jump, you feel gravity. You experience and feel each other's energy, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. So the more laid back and relaxed you are, the more a client's going to feel at ease and trustworthy with you. Next is educational. A lot of times when we think we're trying to sell something to someone, we're trying to convince them of something, of why they need to get it. But if you just educate, generally you align yourself with products, services, and brands that you would use yourself. And I see every once in a while, I see someone be like, well, I wouldn't buy this myself. And generally it's usually someone who's a staff member in a space. I wouldn't use it. Don't sell something that you don't believe in, because you can't then educate them on it. You want to be excited. I'm going to almost put educate and be excited. I also had be eager, but educate and be excited. You want to educate people on the pros and cons. And I know this sounds counterintuitive, but I remember when I had a girl that was working for me, and we did a Olaplex challenge with each other, where our challenge was we're going to offer every single client that comes in that we have for the month the upgrade to do an Olaplex treatment. And I would say to my clients, this is the best way to build trust with people, is sharing, being educational and sharing the pros and cons. So I would say to my client, hey, would you like to upgrade to an Olaplex treatment? It's X dollars. And they'd be like, oh, tell me more. And I'd be like, da, 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 da. Just to be completely transparent, 8 out of 10 people love it. 2 out of 10 don't really notice a difference. And so I say to them, like, they're like, well, should I, shouldn't I? I'm like, well, it's up to you. Like, you can get it done once and see what you think. Fully transparent, like most people like it. A couple people generally don't notice a difference, so you can try it. And if you don't notice a difference, you don't have to get it done again. But this is the transparency of it. And being that transparent builds that trust. And remember, if you want to get lifelong clients that don't late cancel, that see your value, that don't bat an eye when you raise your prices, that don't push back or ask for favors, you have to build trust, respect, loyalty, and authority. And you build trust by being transparent. You build respect by holding true to your boundaries. Trust, respect, loyalty. You build loyalty by giving great service, and you build authority by speaking truth, right? So if you want to build that trust, respect, loyalty, and authority, that's going to help you generate more revenue, because people pay when they trust. People listen when they trust. People respect when they trust. You have to be transparent. It's not about how do I say the right thing to make this person convinced. You should never have to convince someone. Just by being a trustworthy person that has integrity and that is transparent, you will build that rapport, and people will want to do business, and they will trust your word as long as it has integrity, as long as it holds out. So me sharing with my client, like, yeah, 8 out of 10 people love it, 2 out of 10 generally don't notice a difference. I want to let you know so that you know what you're walking into, and I'd love for you to try it, and then you decide moving forward. Is that helpful for you guys for the educational part? Because a lot of times we think we have to educate from a place of like only sharing the positives, because if they share a negative, then they won't want to get it. But the reality is people want to be informed before they purchase things. I've been trained in sales a long time, and I love this approach. Oh, Kendra, thank you. That is the best compliment. I love it. I'm going to take a screenshot of that, because how do I do this? There we go. That is such a nice compliment. Okay, so selfless, appropriate, laid back, educational, and then finally, sincere. You have to be sincere, which is basically what I'm saying. To build trust, respect, loyalty, and authority, you have to be sincere in your approach. This is the most important. If you're trying to, put on a front or it's not going to work. And so when you're selling something, you need to believe in it. You need to think it's actually appropriate for this person. You need to be chill about it, and you need to know the information, the education. So you can't just have a new service and not actually know the benefits of it for your client, or have a new product and not know why they should get it, or have a high-end tool like a new flat iron or blow dryer and not know what the difference is between the others. So you need to be intentional about how you go through this. But like I said, selfless, appropriate, laid back, educational, and sincere. Was this helpful? Let me know in the comments. Put a 1 in the chat, or put a yes or a no if this was helpful. I'm curious, will you use this sales technique moving forward? You'll be amazed at when you show up intentionally with integrity and build trust, respect, loyalty, and authority with your clients, how much more revenue you can generate. And I'm curious, sales, I like that. Sales without the slime. Can I use that, Kendra, or is that your tagline? I freaking love that. So here's the thing. These are the things I'm currently, if you guys can see here, I have this big old whiteboard. I'm currently revamping my education, my offer suite of what I offer. And I'm wanting to go a lot deeper into things and realizing what's holding people back. So you know this. I want you guys to ask yourself now, what's holding you back? What's actually keeping you from taking action on this today? And generally 9 times out of 10 it's accountability. It's fear of actually doing it makes me feel a little uncomfy. I know it, but doing it, what if it comes out wrong? What if I get a no? That's the reality. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get more rejections than you get acceptance in life. And I'm saying that to myself right now. It's really, really hard, but you're going to get more rejections than you get acceptance. And so don't take the rejections personally, easier said than done, but you need to continue to push forward and ask yourself, how bad do you want it? How bad? And that's one question that I've started writing down every single morning. So after I'm done this live, I'm going to come to my notebook here, and I write down 10 mantras for myself, and then I write down 10 goals I want to achieve by January 1st, 2025, and then I'm writing down my non-negotiables for the month. And so I want you guys, can I share with you, before I go into the Hillbilly Hair Painters comment here to help you guys with that one, can I share with you guys my mantras that I'm currently using for myself? Just let me know yes or no, because they are, I may not share all of them, but I'll share some of them. And if this is your jam, if you guys want to go deeper into what's holding you back, how to intentionally show up, how to build trust, respect, loyalty, and authority when you struggle to trust yourself, I want you to know that I have a retreat happening in October 6th through 8th, I believe, here in my home in Calgary. It's an in-home, so you have to apply. We're close to the Rocky Mountains. We have a therapist that comes in. We're having a perfume workshop where you make your own scent to remind yourself of your power. We're going to be going to the spa. We're going to have yoga. It's going to be the most amazing 3 days of your life that are going to transform your life, your business, and your relationships. And if you're interested, go to the retreat, Jess says. If you're interested in coming to the retreat, put the word retreat in the comments, and I have an automation set up to send you the link to apply for it. I would love for you to come, as well as I have some other, if you're part of Rock Your Business, if you've taken any of my education before, you do get a special discount. And I feel like I'd cry a lot, and I'd want to purge. That's like legit, part of the process, Kendra. Kendra, I would love to have you at the retreat. And anyone who's interested, you also get my education, my online education with the retreat if you haven't taken it before. And if you've taken some of my education, you get you can put that tuition that you paid for my education towards the retreat. So the retreat is kind of like the all-encompassing thing, and I would love to invite you guys to it. Like I said, it's in my home. It's like a small, intimate group of 10 people that we really come together and develop deep bonds. And so I share with you guys not only my sales techniques that you'll learn through education, but we also go deep into what's actually keeping you from doing the things you want to do. And I've learned a lot. This will be my 5th retreat. Is it my back? Okay. I've learned so much from each retreat that I'm really excited for this 5th one, because I'm taking things that I've learned from each retreat and really putting them together. And this one is going to be unreal epic. They've all been amazing, but they just keep getting better and better. So going into the mantras that I use to help keep me on track. Well, I ask myself every morning, how bad do I want it? And the one thing that I wrote yesterday is do her proud. And I think of Little Dawn, and I should share it again. I was in Vegas last week at IBS and shared a picture of me 20 years ago. I'm 41 now, a picture of me when I was 21. And the transformation that I've had. And I almost look younger now. And there's something to be said of, I didn't believe I was worthy of the things I wanted in my life and in my business and my career and in my relationships. And you can see it. I wasn't confident. I held back. And now it's I have this glow up when you actually believe in yourself. And so how bad do I want it? And how bad do I want it from passed on? How bad do I wish she would have recognized it and understood it and believed it earlier? And I'm so glad that I'm recognizing and believing in myself now that I'm taking my career to the next level. I'm taking my life to the next level. I'm taking my relationships to the next level. But I wish I would have learned it sooner. And so I show up here right now for you guys because I wish someone would have showed up for me. And so that's one question I ask myself every morning. Because once again, I share, those of you guys that are just coming on, I just shared my sales acronym to help you create more revenue. But what's holding you back from actually taking action on it? And so these are, do inner child healing. It's life-changing. And that's part of what the retreat is. And so if you're not ready to look inward and take responsibility, wild responsibility over your life and your future, the retreat's not going to be for you, because it's about taking accountability. It's about recognizing that shitty things have happened to you in your life and your business that weren't your fault. But it's about, how do I take responsibility for myself moving forward instead of letting these excuses keep me stuck here. And so here's a couple of mantras that I do every morning. I say, I trust myself and my intuition. I'm capable and willing to do bigger things. Because capability, we all know we're capable, but so few of us I agree with you. I wish someone would have mentored me better earlier. Yeah, and so I want to be there for you now. It's not too late. And I would love to be your mentor. And so those of you guys that are interested in the retreat, go apply. There's no obligation in joining when you apply, but I'd love to have a conversation with you to see if it's the right thing for you. And I have some special things that I'm going to be offering for this retreat on the journey, like up until October. We'll be in connection before that. Display the dirty so we can turn it to art. I love that. Okay, so I say I'm capable and willing to do bigger things, because capability, rarely do we lack capability, and we know it. We know we're capable. A lot of times we think, well, when I'm there, then I will. But you need to be willing to do the small, insignificant things now that will get you there, because it's not about waiting for you to magically end up in a place. It's about taking the small, insignificant steps that maybe you feel you're too good for to get you there. I put, it is safe to be seen and criticized. I really, really, really struggle when someone questions my character. It's a really, really pain point for me, and especially online. Some people, I've been misunderstood before. I've had people attack me, and then I retract and I forget about who I'm serving. I'm not serving the trolls. I'm not serving the criticizers. I'm serving the people who need to hear what I'm having to say. And so just for like you, if a client like makes a mean comment or criticizes you, I tell myself every day, it's safe to be seen and criticized. And so when that happens, I feel safe. Safety is a really huge thing for me. I say negativity can't touch me. I take messy, immediate, and perfect action. It is safe for me to earn good money. It is within my integrity to help, serve, and earn. I am protected and safe at all times and all ways. And I leave a legacy and an impact on the world and others by showing up and getting uncomfortable. So if you don't write mantras out every day, like I said, I did it all of 2019, and it was wild, mantras and goals. And then I got out of practice. And a lot of you guys that have been here a while know a little bit about the last few years of my life. And Dawn, can you send me these? Because I love them. Those are great. I'll try to, you know what, if you guys are part of my ambitious and anxious entrepreneur group, I will share my mantras in there for you guys. Okay, so let's go to Lauren's comment here. It's hard to sell products these days with Sephora, Ulta carrying every single product. I can't watch the whole thing. It won't let me look at the whole comment anymore. So basically, where I want to go with this, Lauren, is yes, it's true. And that's why building trust, respect, loyalty, and authority with your clients is really important. And so one thing that I share with people is, and you don't have to do it my way, this is just my thoughts and opinions, is saying to clients, sending out an email, having a sign, having a conversation, being like, I really value you as a client, and I understand and know that we can use the ease method from yesterday. I have other notes on here because you guys should see my office right now. It's ridiculous. Empathize, apologize, be straightforward, and be earnest. I understand that it is more economical for you to get products at a place that can give you a better deal and where you can earn points. I need to apologize for the fact that I haven't let you know how big of an impact you doing business with me and buying your products with me has on my life and my ability to show up. I want to be able to reward you for work at shopping with me. And so oftentimes I said they have points to use, so tell them to use it in makeup because my small business appreciates where it's at. Yeah, so I always say, like, I never want someone to feel obligated, and I never want to come across like it's feeling obligated. You know, if you would like to continue to help me in my business, that means the world to me and my family. I want to be able to make it worth it for you. And you could say, what would make it worth it for you to purchase that through me? Is there something that I could do? And then they can give you, instead of, some people will be like, well, I'll price match. Sometimes that's not it. Sometimes it's not about price. Sometimes it is. Right? So be empathetic. I understand that it makes more economical sense for you to buy it from there. I apologize for not letting you know how much of an impact it has on my life and my family when you support my small business. And then be sincere, or no, what's the S? Straightforward. I would love it if you would consider buying your products for me. I don't want you to feel obligated, but if there's some way that I can make it worth it for you, please let me know. And then E is earnest, which is another one for sincere. And that way you give, and you could say, like, you know, if I can save you time of having to go there, and I know they can order it, or if I can make it more easier for you, or if I can make it like, what is it that makes you want to do it there? And is there a way that I could offer you something similar or make it worth it for you to support my small business? Because by you supporting my small business, I'm able to continue to keep my prices at a reasonable rate. And so when you decide to buy your products from me, it helps me keep my business open and from having to raise prices at other places as inflation grows. And at the end of the day, it's not about manipulating your clients into spending more money with you. It's about being selfless, appropriate, laid back, educational, and sincere. Right? So, hey, I want you to get the best of what you can. I want you to be able to get the best deal, to get the most easy, laid back experience. I want it to be convenient for you. I want to make sure that you're getting the right products. And so when I offer you things, it's coming because I've taken education and I've invested in my business. And so the things I suggest for you are appropriate for you because I've taken this education. And then laid back, just keeping it all laid back, educate them on how you educate yourself and why your wisdom and knowledge is valuable. And the best way they can say thank you for you sharing that wisdom and knowledge with them is by choosing you. Would you guys try that? Because I see a lot of people complaining and being frustrated, which you are warranted for. Know that. You are warranted in the feeling frustrated by people going and spending there. But if you go in a passive aggressive approach like, hey, it'd be nice if you'd spend that with me, it's going to feel icky and people are going to feel like, oh, she has an expectation or an obligation, or they have an expectation or obligation. But when you show up with like, I want to make sure you're getting the best things for you. And I know that the people at Sephora are great, or the people, whatever, but they don't have the same experience and knowledge and expertise and education as I do. And so I would love if you would consider doing this with me. How would you go about that conversation without sounding like you're placing guilt on them? Yeah, so that's where like the ease method that I shared yesterday, you want to empathize, apologize, be straightforward, and be earnest. So, hey, I understand, or help me understand why, and like I genuinely am curious, want to know, I want to understand why, what's the pull there? And if it's the points, okay, cool. They make you feel special. And if people are like, well, Sephora gives me this on my birthday or whatever, maybe it's a light bulb moment to go, how am I making people feel seen, heard, and valued in my business? Have I gotten into a rut of going through the motions and having an expectation that people just come? Can I step up and make people feel more special here? And so maybe there's a way that, so you don't want to place guilt on them. You just want to educate them, Kendra, on like kind of going through be selfless. I want to make sure that you're getting the products that are worth it for you. And so points are great, deals are great, but if you're buying things that are going to be harmful to your hair or your skin or, insert whatever, that worries me. And I know that the people that work there don't always have all the full knowledge, like they haven't gone to cosmetology school or insert whatever, right? And so it's really important to me that you're buying things that are meant for you and are going to work for you, and you're not just throwing away your money to get a good deal, right? And so I want to educate you a little bit on why I offer the things I offer. And if I can offer you something that would be valuable, and if I can educate you on something, the best way to thank me, or the best thank you, would to be consider purchasing it through me. Now, I understand that sometimes it's more convenient or more economical to buy it somewhere else. If there's some way I can make it worth it for you, please let me know, because it would mean the world to me for you to support my small business. At the end of the day, you're under no obligation. I just wanted to let you know. How does that sound? Sometimes people ask me to repeat it. It's like a channeled message. I don't always know what's coming out of my mouth, and you're just going to have to listen to this. I am going to so yesterday's live and today will go on the podcast. If you guys don't already listen to the Anxious Creative Podcast, you're missing out. How many of you guys that are listening to this on the Anxious Creative Podcast, come on over to Instagram at Dawn Bradley Hair and let's hang out. But these are the things, and this is my approach that I teach inside of my education. And I'm really, really excited, you guys, to be revamping all my educational offers. to have a higher touch point for you. So those of you guys that want to experience a more one-on-one mentorship with me, where you can have real-time back and forth, ask more questions, get direct feedback on these sorts of things, I'd love for you to shoot me a DM and just mention mentoring, and we can chat. Because I'm looking for really eager people that want to take their business to the next level, are ready to show up and do the work, take personal responsibility. And I want to, right now I'm in the phase of, I have it all mapped out. I need some people to go through it with me to make sure that it's the best possible. And so, Sam Noble's on my live. What up? And so if you guys are interested in being mentored by me in any way, shape, or form, just shoot me a DM. We can chat. Like I said, talk about the sales method. It's about, do you want me to go through my whole thing? Selfless. It's about you getting a better business and higher revenue. It's not about me getting anything from it. And I want to make sure it's appropriate for you. I'm not going to be the educator for everyone. I'm not going to be the person that is going to help every single person. If you don't relate to my struggle, if you don't relate to where I've come from, if you don't relate to the anxiety or the fear or wanting to show up with integrity, if you don't care about integrity, I'm probably not the right person. So it's about you creating higher revenue with integrity, and I want to make sure that what I'm offering is appropriate for you. I'm very laid back, show up in my bedhead, and I will educate you. So if you're interested in mentoring, DM me, because I don't have an automation set up for this. So Kendra, I see you. Shoot me a DM, just mentioning mentoring. And what was the final S? Being sincere. Honestly, you guys know, like I said, I wish someone would have done this for me. I've gone through, I have a slight bit of bitterness and resentment that I go, how come this didn't exist how come nobody was offering this for me? But I want to offer it for you, because I don't want you to have to struggle with the loneliness, the feeling misunderstood, the feeling frustrated, the feeling like, I'm like paddling for dear life on the underneath, but people think I look so cool, calm, and collected. I don't want you to have to feel any of that. So what I am offering to you is exactly what I wish I would have had. And that's why I say it's not going to be for everyone. And maybe your struggles are different. Maybe you have no problem taking action, but it's something else. That's okay. But I don't want you to feel like you're panicked on the inside and nobody understands and nobody's seeing it, nobody's recognizing it, and you're holding on for dear life and you just wish someone would come and give you a floaty so that you could take a breather for a second. If that's how you feel a little bit, but you're scared to admit it because you don't want anyone to know that you're really struggling and you feel like you don't actually know what you're doing, and if anyone ever found out that you're a complete fraud, your life would be over, I see you, I understand, I get it, I know what that's like. I don't want you to be in this alone. I would love to work with you. And so shoot me a DM mentioning mentoring. If you're curious, I want to go through this with you and help you out so that you can show up more confident than you've ever been, creating the financial stability that you've been craving while serving people with integrity, because that's the most important part. All right? Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. This was really fun. If you got something from this, I would love to hear from you in my DMs. What's a takeaway that you've taken from this? How has this helped? That helps me be able to show up better for you guys, help you more, because at the end of the day, this is about helping you get to the place that you've always wanted to go to with ease and simplicity. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you real soon. Until then, stay weird. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast and for tuning into Business Breakfast and Bedhead. Like I said, I would love for you to join me live on these over on Instagram. So once again, just look up Dawn Bradley and let's connect. Shoot me a DM, send me a screenshot, tag me in your stories of listening to this or what you took away from this. Those comments, that feedback really makes my day and helps me know that these things are landing and that you want to hear more. I do these lives and I do this podcast for you to help you, and your feedback means the world to me. And if you enjoyed this episode, help me spread the love. Share it with a friend, a coworker, family member, or leave a review. And make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future episodes. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Until then, friend, stay weird.